in a quiet grocery store parking lot. A 78-year-old man named Silas Vance, a retired postal worker beloved by his community, was about to become the center of a storm that would change his family's life forever. C, as his friends called him, was a little confused by the new parking layout. He parked his car just a hair over the white line of a fire lane. He wasn't blocking anything, but he was technically in the wrong. That's when Officer Barry Dunn, a young officer with a reputation for a short fuse, saw his chance. As Mr. Vance, leaning on his cane for support, tried to get his bearings, Dunn stormed over. "You can't park here, old man. Move it, now," he yelled. Mr. Vance, though startled, remained calm. "My apologies, officer," he said. "I'm just getting my balance. I will move it immediately." But Officer Dunn wasn't listening. He saw defiance where there was only confusion. "I said move. You're resisting a lawful order," he shouted. Dunn grabbed Mr. Vance's arm. Instinctively, C pulled back, and in that split second, the situation spiraled. Enraged by what he saw as resistance, Officer Dunn violently shoved the 78-year-old man against the side of his own car. The impact was brutal. Mr. Vance gasped, clutched his chest, and collapsed onto the hot asphalt unconscious. Instead of rendering aid, Dunn cuffed the frail, motionless man. In his report, he wrote a lie, a fabrication that would haunt the Vance family. He claimed Mr. Vance collapsed suddenly due to a pre-existing medical condition while attempting to flee arrest. He then charged the unconscious senior with obstruction of traffic and resisting arrest. Mr. Vance was rushed to the hospital, his heart in a state of ventricular fibrillation, a massive near-fatal heart attack. The real suffering, however, was just beginning for his two children, Marcus and Tia. Marcus, a software engineer in San Francisco, dropped everything. He flew across the country, taking a 3-month unpaid leave from his job. His career hit a wall, and his own family's finances were thrown into chaos by the sudden costs of flights and hotels. Tia, a local kindergarten teacher, had to quit her part-time job. Her days became a blur of court hearings and legal meetings, while her nights were spent at her father's hospital bedside. The financial strain was immense, but the emotional toll was even greater. Their sense of security was shattered. Tia was consumed by guilt, feeling she should have been there to protect her father. Marcus, thousands of miles away, blamed himself for living so far from home. Every phone call sent a jolt of terror through them, a constant fear that it would be the hospital with the worst possible news. But the deepest wound was seeing what had been done to their father's spirit. The witty, active man they knew was gone, replaced by a frail, weakened version of himself, haunted by a new fear of anyone in a uniform. Their lives, their holidays, their weekends, everything was now consumed by the fight for justice. Their lawyer, however, saw a glimmer of hope. He knew about the device implanted in Mr. Vance's chest, an implantable Cardioverter-Defibrillator, or ICD. This device wasn't just a pacemaker. It was a silent, unblinking witness, logging every single beat of C's heart and every event that happened to his body. The lawyer filed a motion to seize the ICD and analyze its internal data log. What they found was the key to everything. The defense team extracted the log, and it revealed a precise, time-stamped digital timeline of the assault. At 4 hours, 5 minutes and 12 seconds p.m., the device recorded a massive external G-force spike of 7.2 Gs. This wasn't just a stumble or a fall. It was consistent with a sudden, violent shove against a hard surface, and then came the smoking gun. The log showed that exactly 0.4 seconds after that 7.2 G impact, Mr. Vance's heart went into severe ventricular fibrillation. The heart attack wasn't spontaneous, as Officer Dunn had claimed. It was triggered directly and irrefutably by the officer's violent assault. The data proved it. Furthermore, the log showed that the ICD's internal defibrillator had to fire 3 separate times to save Mr. Vance's life. This wasn't a minor dizzy spell. It was a life-threatening cardiac failure induced by unlawful force. This objective digital evidence blew Officer Dunn's false narrative to pieces. The moment it was presented, the charges against Mr. Vance were immediately dismissed. The family then filed a civil lawsuit, and the ICD data was undeniable proof of assault and official misconduct. Officer Barry Dunn was fired from the police force. He was later convicted of felony assault for inflicting grave bodily harm and perjury for lying in his official report. The family received a significant civil settlement, compensating Marcus and Tia for their lost income and the crushing medical bills. It also established a trust to ensure their father would have the long-term care he now needed. The case set a powerful legal precedent across the nation. For the first time, implantable medical device logs were formally recognized as immutable forensic evidence. It gave a voice to the most vulnerable victims of misconduct, a way to fight back when no one else was there to see. Mr. Vance survived, but his recovery was long and arduous. He would never be the same man again. Justice, in this case, brought accountability, but it couldn't restore what was so violently taken away in that parking lot. It's a stark reminder that while the truth can set you free, the scars of injustice often remain long after the battle is won. Thank you for watching. If you found this story important, please like this video and subscribe for more content that matters.